It was just after midnight when the phone rang. I had been half asleep on the couch in my small apartment in Cincinnati, Ohio, the TV humming low in the background. My first thought was that it was my sister, maybe stuck on the road again. But when I glanced at the caller ID, my stomach turned cold. The number on the screen was my mother's. That wouldn't be unusual, except my mother had died 2 years earlier. I froze. The phone buzzed and buzzed, the glow of her name lighting up the dark room. Against every instinct, I answered. At first, I thought it was static. A low hiss filled the line, and then, faintly, I heard her voice. "Don't leave." It was unmistakably my mother's voice, weak, almost strained, but hers. A line crackled, and then the call ended. I sat there staring at the screen, my heart hammering, the words still ringing in my ears. I told myself it had to be a prank. Spoofed numbers weren't rare, and grief could make you hear what you wanted. But deep down, I knew. That voice wasn't faked. The next night, the phone rang again. Same number, same time. This time I didn't hesitate. I answered, whispering, "Mom?" The line hissed again, but instead of static, I heard faint breathing. Labored, heavy, like someone trying to speak, but unable. Then, barely audible, a whisper. "There, here." I gripped the phone so tight my hand ached. "Who's here?" I demanded, my voice shaking. But the line went dead. I barely slept that night. Every shadow in my apartment seemed to stretch too long. Every creak of the building felt deliberate. By the third call, I was already waiting, phone in hand. When it rang at 12:03 a.m., I answered immediately. The voice was clearer this time. Still distorted, still distant, but urgent. "They're coming. Don't open the door." I shot a glance at my apartment door. It was locked, deadbolt secured. "Mom, what's happening?" A long pause, then, "Listen." The line went silent, and that's when I heard it. Not through the phone, but in the apartment itself. A faint knocking. 3 slow knocks against my door. I dropped the phone and stumbled back, my chest tight with terror. The knocking came again, louder this time. I wanted to scream for help, but it was past midnight. My neighbors wouldn't hear me. Finally, I grabbed a baseball bat I kept in the corner and crept toward the door. I didn't open it. I just looked through the peephole. Nothing. The hallway was empty. The phone buzzed again in my hand, still connected. I lifted it to my ear, but the line was filled with static so loud I winced. And underneath it, almost buried, was my mother's voice. Too late. The line cut off. That night, I didn't sleep at all. Every sound in the apartment made me jump. I checked the locks a dozen times, sat with the bat clutched in my hand until dawn finally broke. The next day at work, I looked like a ghost myself. A coworker pulled me aside and asked if I was okay. I told her, half joking, about the calls from my mom's number. Her face went pale. "What time did you say she called?" "Just after midnight," I replied. She swallowed hard. "That's the witching hour. My grandmother used to say it's when the dead try to warn the living." I laughed it off in front of her, but my hands were shaking. That night, I turned off my phone before midnight, convinced I could stop it. But at exactly 12:03, my landline rang. I don't even have a landline. The phone sat on the counter, an old wall jack I'd never used, but it was ringing, loud, shrill, echoing through the apartment. I picked it up with trembling hands. This time, the voice was not my mother's. A low, guttural growl filled the line, layered, like several voices speaking at once. The words were clear. "We're here." The line went dead. I threw the phone across the room, heart pounding so hard it hurt. But when I turned toward the door, I froze. The deadbolt was sliding open, on its own. I don't remember much after that, just grabbing my keys and running barefoot into the street, never looking back. I moved out the next day. But here's the part I can't explain. I changed my number, moved to another city, even bought a new phone. But sometimes, around 12:03 a.m., my phone still lights up with a call. No name, no number, just a blank screen. I never answer, not anymore.